Well, Youth Ablaze 2012, as the theme says, fire in my bones. Here with me, I have the senior pastor and the vision bearer of this wonderful conference, which is becoming international, and one of the guest speakers of this year. Briefly, I would like to ask the senior pastor and vision bearer of this conference to briefly explain to us all what is all about Youth Ablaze conference and how it all started. So, Pastor, you're welcome.
Thank you. Youth Ablaze, this is our 8th Youth Ablaze conference, and I started ministry, or I got born again as a young person. I was among young people, and I saw God work in our lives, transform us from little boys to young men and to what I am today. And I begin to believe that God really calls us young, envisions us when we are still young, and gives us opportunity to grow into what He has called us to be. And so really coming back to Youth Ablaze, having started this ministry a few years ago, I was invited to speak to a group of young people by a pastor. And we sat down on the floor and we just chatting, and they were praying and talking. And while I was seated there, the words just came, Youth Ablaze. And I told my friend, actually a lady called Sylvia, said, write it down, God has just told me, Youth Ablaze. And coming back from that meeting, I knew it was going to be a conference. And we began to think about it. It took us almost 4 years before we had our first Youth Ablaze. And so really it was a clear inspiration from God to have a meeting that would inspire young people to pursue their God-given callings and destinies. One, by being godly, and two, by desiring to serve Him. And so that's basically what I would say would be the beginning of Youth Ablaze.
Here I have my brother. He's from which church, brother?
Living Word Worship Church.
Living Word Worship Church, I think is in Doko. Mbale. Yeah. Okay, so brother, tell us your name and tell us how your expectations are in this conference.
My name's Amojambo Stephen. As you heard, I come from Living Word Worship Church. I've really been blessed in this conference. It's my 3rd time to attend this conference. I've really been blessed every time I come. I go back when I'm really blessed, when I'm really transformed and ready to serve God in all ways.
So, under the theme, fire in my bones,
yes.
Do you think you'll go out and impact the world?
Yes, I will do. And I will go and impact the world because I really sing. We are in the beginning, but I'm really seeing there's a change and there's really fire moving in my life.
Okay,
yes.
Thank you so much. So, that's brother from Living Word Ministries. I believe he's going to change the world just as he has said. Yes, sister, please tell us your name, where you come from, and the ministry that you're in, back at home.
I'm called Kakai Merda. I come from Manafa district. Our ministry is Mountain of Jesus. And me as Merida, this is my 3rd time to attend this conference. And I must thank God so much me to be in this conference, because it is through our pastor that you also attended this conference.
You have said that you have attended this youth conference for the 3rd time.
Yes.
Previously, before this time, how has Youth Ablaze been affecting your spiritual life and maybe physical?
Okay. This conference, or Youth Ablaze, has affected my life so much, because at first, the theme was prepared for every good work. As the preachers preached to me, I was changed in my life. I have not remained the same.
Finally, this is my good friend. Please tell us your name.
I'm Elijah.
Elijah. Wow, Elijah, tell us where you come from and the ministry that you're in.
I'm just within Mbale, and I'm in a ministry called Church of God Ministry.
Church of God Ministry, within Mbale?
Yeah.
Wow, Church of God Ministry is where he comes from. And today he has attended the youth conference. Is it first time, second time, or thrice?
It's my 2nd time to attend this conference.
So last year you attended?
Yeah.
So tell us, what are your expectations in this 2nd time youth conference that you're attending at Pearl Haven Christian Center?
In this second time, just as last year, the theme was Divine Intervention for Great Works. I tried so much to fulfill that divine intervention in my life. So, according to this theme, also I expect fire in my bones to burn, and as I'm a singer, I will spread the gospel through singing, and people will be inspired and change their lives.
I think fire in my bones is really a topic that is trying to show that having that, the deep inspiration, the deep gut, the deep, zeal for God, yeah, so that it can't even keep you seated, yeah. You don't need to sit down when you have His word. You have to keep extending it further. So I feel like I've got the power to go on and make many people know.
So what you're trying to tell me is that when you leave this Youth Ablaze conference and you go back to Ireland, you're going to impact very many lives that you left back there?
Of course. I don't deal with only hacking. I happen to be the patron of the Napolitan Mugongo. It's an international school, and I lead students and I preach to them, so I feel the fire is going to be transferred to those people.
So I believe there's a holistic transformation. It does not only address the spiritual aspect alone, but the emotional is addressed, the physical is addressed, the psychological is addressed, the academic is addressed, the family is addressed. So it's an all-around kind of intervention, especially to this young generation. And I have no doubt in my spirit that the convener of this meeting is laying such a firm and a strong foundation for the coming generation of our nation, of our land, of our time. I have no doubt in my spirit that in a couple of years to come from now, because imagine people that started this Youth Ablaze when they were in a secondary school. By this time, some of them, they have completed university. By this time, some of them are in the worker force. So we trust and we believe, God, that there's a new army, there's a breed of young men and women who are vibrant and on fire for God, full of integrity, full of godly character, full of wisdom and understanding, that are being given birth out of this meeting to go and impact and influence and affect our generation and our times. I believe members of parliament, ministers, lawyers, judges, governors, army commanders, police commanders, traffic commanders, I believe a good product of leaders and ministers are being given birth in this powerful event and meeting.
But we have had a wonderful Youth Ablaze 2012. It's still going on, but it's already a success. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. I think this conference started on high gears and it has gone from glory to glory. Looking forward to seeing you next year, 2013, in Youth Ablaze conference. God bless you so much, and shalom.